So, a lot of things happened. Have been happening. For one thing, Hollis showed us the footage. I guess he's trying to say it was me at the edge of that shot, meaning that I had his camera for some reason. It's pretty smart, actually. But not hard to fabricate that. Not hard for someone like Hollis. I'm willing to bet that when I find him in his laptop, there'll be an extensive After Effects file making that look nice and real. Unless the cover distraction deleted it. Maybe one of his entities told him to do that. But there'll be plenty more evidence against him either way. But then, of course, you remember, in my last video, I showed you those Twitter messages. Well, it didn't take long, but people in the Hiding in My Home Discord did find something in them. 3 sets of characters that, when you put them together, give you an email address. People sent emails to it, and they got responses from someone who acted like part of some company. Regional protectorates. They basically asked people to send anagrams on Twitter, most of which are still unsolved. Nobody really knows anything else yet. I don't know, see, this is so far removed from anything we've seen so far. I was still under the impression that it was someone, some new person trying to hijack this whole thing as their story after seeing the messages in my video. I mean, come on. Regional protectorates, some mysterious organization? That sounds pretty ridiculous. But then, a few days ago, I got a message on Twitter. Some guy told me to email him at his address. A different one. It was not the coded email address. Whoever this is, he said he knew someone who could help me. Now, I don't know if this is really connected to the first email address, but it didn't seem like it. It seemed completely different, so I emailed him. Now, I'm not going to show you the emails because he asked me not to, but he basically said that he'd like to meet in person. Whoever this is, he must live fairly close by, or close enough to drive to me, because he asked to meet me in a public park about a half hour from my house. He didn't ask me where I live, and I didn't tell him. Oh, and he also said this wouldn't cost me any money for what that's worth. I asked him what we were going to talk about, of course, if he had any information he could give me right then about Hollis or anything, and he said he didn't. He's just going to put me in contact with this other person, his employer, and they'd like to do that in person. I mean, I thought about hiring a private investigator of some kind at first, but if it was just some random person, then how's that different from going to the police anyway? What if this person knows something about Hollis? Something that I don't know. Something the police wouldn't know. From the way the guy I talked to made it sound, he does. And see, that's just it. I know exactly what you're thinking. This sounds unbelievably sketchy, but what if this guy... What if he knows something crucial? So, I've decided. I already told him. I'm meeting him tomorrow. I've thought about this pretty hard. It's a public place. There are going to be people nearby. If anyone tries to do anything to me, they'd be hard-pressed to do it unnoticed. And if he tries to follow me home, well, I'll be expecting that. I'll go to somewhere else. Public. And if he won't leave me alone then, I'll call the police. It'd be worth it at that point anyway. I know this might not be a good idea, but I haven't made any progress in finding Hollis any other way. I know it's a risk, but at this point, it feels like a bigger risk not to do it. I'll bring a knife, just in case. Just in case anything goes wrong. He told me to be here at 4. It's 3:30 now. He told my parents I was going to the library. Well, he said I'll know it was him when he gets here. I wish she was just already here when I got here.
Film things. Anyway, you're Anthony.
Yeah, thanks for coming. You are?
As you know, I'm here on behalf of my employer and your potential future client. He discovered your online accounts and took an interest in your dilemma.
Right, yeah, that's excellent. I'm really appreciative of his offer. So, how does he plan to help me? Does he know anything about, Hollis Coogan? I know you said you don't personally, but did he tell you? Hey,
Sorry, just looking around. In this case, he only told me to make the connection between the two of you. I don't know anything about this person you're dealing with, but I can tell you that my employer's an intelligent man, and he's done a lot of investigative work in his day. Much of it in a similar vein to yours. I expect he wouldn't make you an offer if he couldn't provide you with some real help.
investigative work? Like a private investigator? Is it specifically detective work that he does?
For you, yes. This is his phone number. Do you want it?
So phone number. Do I just text him and he'll respond?
Call him. He'll pick up. It's a secure line. Now, when you do, you'll first tell him who you are. Then, he'll go over some of the generalities of the transaction with you. His services, his payment, and things that you both should and can do.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Payment? I thought you said there was no money involved.
Not money. He'll ask you for something else. And one other thing, you can expect to see the level of courtesy you exhibit toward him reflected in the efficiency of his work for you. So, you have any questions?
You sure you didn't hear anything? You can't help me yourself at all?
Don't think I can. Sorry about that. You take care. Hey, listen, I'd appreciate it if you could blur my face. You know, like you did with that other guy.
Yeah, I can. Hey, but I didn't blur any faces. That was Hollis who did that.